Hello and welcome to My Gospel Music. I am so glad you've joined us today. We have more gospel music coming your way today and some fun and laughter as well. So you'll want to stay tuned for all of that. This group that's going to open up the show is one of my favorites. It's Pure Southern Gospel Harmony. You've heard me talk about them before and how I met them just when they just pulled in one day to my office, came in and sang for me, and I signed them to my record label right there on the spot. If you don't know that story, you stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break, and I'll tell you all about it and who this wonderful group is. We'll be right back.
Somewhere holy when this life is o'er, fly away, fly away.
Welcome back to My Gospel Music, and I mentioned to you that the group that's coming up next are Pure Southern Gospel Harmony. Male four-part harmony. It's what it's all about in Southern Gospel, and you'll hear many people say that. There's a lot of great family groups out there too, so you know. This group, when I met them, I knew they had something to offer. We signed them up to our record label back then, and they are continuing to this day to do extremely well. But this video is when they first were getting started, and you'll love it. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Dove Brothers.
Well, here's one that kind of gets up and goes a little bit. It says, hallelujah, I'm saved. Yeah.
Well, I've heard some say that man a commitment down on the knees. A man does seem to serve the Lord, but the lives had not been changed. But for me one day the Spirit came by there on my knees. The blood was applied and I'm saved. I'm saved, hallelujah. I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved, hallelujah. I'm saved. Upon the cross the price was paid that I could live and tell the world that Jesus forgives a sinner like me, who once was blind but now I can see it. I'm saved, I'm saved, hallelujah. I'm saved. All right.
Well, some are afraid to testify and tell the world the reason why they serve the Lord. But for me, it's not that way. I love to tell the whole wide world how Jesus came and saved my soul, and I'm saved. I'm saved, hallelujah. I'm saved, I'm saved.
I'm saved, hallelujah, I'm saved. Upon the cross the price was paid that I could live and tell the world that Jesus forgives a sinner like me, who once was blind and now I can see. And I'm saved, I'm saved, hallelujah, I'm saved. And I'm saved, hallelujah, I'm saved. Upon the cross the price was paid that I could live and tell the world that Jesus forgives a sinner like me, who once was blind but now I can see. And I'm saved, I'm saved, hallelujah, I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved,
Hallelujah.
Here's a brand new song Sherry wrote from our latest project. It's called Carry Me a While.
You are the great physician, the keeper of my heart, the master of the wind, creator of the stars, the everlasting Father, the bright and morning star. Surely you can mend the pieces of my broken heart. Carry tried to carry all the load instead of trusting you. But now I give to you this heartache, and I'm asking for your peace, knowing you'll take the load from me. Give the strength I need. Carry me, Lord. I can't go on. I've been stumbling through the darkness. I can't make it on my own. Carry me, Lord. Carry me, this is mine. Help me make it through this valley. Lord, carry me a while. And you've been with me through every trial. You walked right by my side. But sometimes I could not see you there. Not see you there. Then I am reminded of the one who thought he walked alone. He was really being carried on a prayer, on a prayer. Carry me, Lord. Can't go on. I've been stumbling through the darkness. I can't make it on my own. Carry me, Lord. Carry me this mile. Help me make it through this valley. Lord, carry me a while. Help me make it through this valley. Lord, carry me a while.
Welcome back to My Gospel Music, the group that was on just before the break, Jeff and Sherry Easter. Lovely people. I remember when Jeff was dating Sherry, and I was on the road with the group he was with at the time, the Singing Americans, and every truck stop we stopped in, they had those little phones there by the table we were sitting at, and he always had to grab it and call Sherry. Call Sherry. I'm sure he still does, but now it's to bring home bread, bring home milk. They're great people, Jeff and Sherry Easter. Coming up next on the program is a young man that I saw break into gospel music and make a huge impact with one song. That song was I Bowed on My Knees and Cried Holy. The group was the Singing Americans, but this young man has continued to go on and has a solo ministry and just does some amazing music. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Michael English.
Brings back memories. Know you've tried it all in your search for the truth. Somehow you've fallen for a lie, trying to recall the simple ways of your youth. Your faith was strong and you never questioned why. But you found out life wasn't easy. Sometimes the answers were hard to see. You didn't have the strength for one more try. I'll be holding out hope to you. Even when the world breaks your heart in two, when your life is consumed by your fears and your doubts, I'll be holding out seen a sunset that would make you cry. The colors of a rainbow reaching across the sky. In all its phases, your love amazes me. Don't you ever doubt this love of mine. You're the only one for me. Give me hope, you give me reason, you give me something to believe in. Forever faithfully. I prayed for miracles and they never came. Got down on my knees out in the pouring rain, but only you can see your love amazes me. Your love amazes me. The sky's full of stars tonight. I need more than fleeting light to take me through the night. The fragile faith in what we see really be a memory like lightning. We turn away. Oh, I danced alone and I wasted many tears. Oh, yeah. And now I long to find the love that longs to hear. Help me sing.
Save me, save me. I need your love to rescue me. Save me, save me. Only your love can set me free.
Save me. I need you to save me. I'll be holding out hope to you. Even when the world breaks your heart in two, when your life is consumed by your fears and your doubts, I'll be holding out hope to you. Your life is consumed by your fears and your doubts. I'll be holding out hope to you. I'll be holding out hope to you.
Michael English, ladies and gentlemen, and what a great talent Michael is. And I knew him as Mike. I've had to learn to say Michael English. He's Mike to me. But anyway, coming up next, this guy, I still call him Les because that's who he is, Les Beasley. He is the manager and baritone singer, sometimes lead singer for the Florida Boys. He played bass guitar for a long time too. What a great guy. He's full of stories himself. He's still doing well, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Boys. Here they are.
I can't help but get excited when I think of what the Lord has done. I can't help but get excited. It makes my feet just wanna run. I can't help but get excited when I think of Calvary. But most of all, I'm thrilled to know He's coming back for me.
I've never been this happy, I've got to let it out. When I think about the love of God, it makes me want to shout. And that is why I praise the Lord every single day. There's not a rock in this whole world that's gonna take my place.
I can't help but get excited when I think of what the Lord has done. I can't help but get excited, it makes my feet just wanna run. I can't help but get excited when I think of Calvary. But most of all, I'm thrilled to know He's coming back for me. Well, I've gone to church all my life and I never made a sound. Made sure my name was on the roll and my feet were on the ground. But the other night I saw the light as the choir began to sing. And then the Holy Ghost got a hold of me and that changed everything.
I can't help but get excited
When I think of what the Lord has done,
I can't help but get excited.
it makes my feet just wanna run.
I can't help but get excited
When I think of Calvary, but most of all, I'm thrilled to know He's coming back for me.
I can't help but get excited.
When I think of what the Lord has done,
I can't help but get excited.
it makes my feet just wanna run.
I can't help but get excited.
When I think of Calvary, but most of all, I'm thrilled to know He's coming back for me. But most of all, I'm thrilled to know He's coming back for me. I need faith. A childlike faith. That moves the mountain. I need faith. Faith will bring you comfort through long and hurting nights. Faith makes Christians stronger for battles that we must fight. I need faith. A childlike faith. That moves the mountain. I need faith. Faith brings peace in worry, a song in deep despair. Faith brings a smile to troubled faces and joy that only God can share. I need faith. A childlike faith. That moves the mountain. I need faith.
Heaven waits and the angels are applauding the man who lives his life by faith. I have faith, a living that moves the mountain. I have faith. I have faith, a living faith that moves the mountain. I have faith that moves the mountain. I have faith. I have faith. I have
Hey, thanks for staying with us. This is My Gospel Music, and we are having a great time. If you love the show, go check out our YouTube channel at mygospelmusic.tv on YouTube. Subscribe, and you can watch all these shows anytime you want, and all the videos that make up the shows as well. Or go to our website at mygospelmusic.tv and check us out there as well. I'd love to hear from you. You can email us from there, and I get lots of email and lots of commentary. And it's always great to hear back from you folks that are watching the show. We appreciate it very much. This is the comedy section. I've told you many times how all this came about, but just in case you missed that, let me give you a quick overview. One time I was traveling with the Cathedral Quartet and the Kingsmen. They were doing concerts together, and after one of the concerts, we went to a Shoney's. And I'm sitting around this big round table, and there's Eldridge Fox and Jim Hamill, Ray Dean Reese, Glenn Payne, George Johnson of the Cathedrals, and several others other of the guys, and myself. And of course, they're telling stories. And George Johnson, who was one of the best storytellers you'd ever want to hear, George was telling a story, and he got real animated about it. He was slapping the table, got up, fell down on the floor there in Shoney's and acted like he was trying to get up on the table as he was telling his story about this bass singer who jumped over a rail and went down into an orchestra pit. That's where all this started. And I'm thinking, you know, if we could put this on tape, it would be funny. And I got all these guys together and told them to just tell whatever stories they wanted to tell. And that's where this came from. Comedy, classics, and characters. And here's a segment.
How about you telling us about a runaway bus, huh?
There was a little gospel group in Nashville that lived well over in Madison, not far from our house. So we found out he was sick, and I went over. He wouldn't go to the doctor. And so I went over to try to encourage him to go to the doctor and find out what was wrong, because he was in real bad shape. So we prayed with him, and he said, no, I won't go to the doctor. But I mean, he was a very sick man. So I said, well, is there anything else I can do for you? If I can't take you to the doctor or whatever, is there anything else I can do? He said, well, this old bus of mine is sitting out on the street, and I'm afraid the neighbors are going to complain. Would you take it over to your bus lot and keep it until I get able to move it? And I said, sure. So most of the buses I've driven, you have to put them in neutral. The standard shift, put them in neutral to crank it. And then, you know, build up your air, and then you have brakes and power steering and all this. Well, this was a big, old, clumsy bus. Me and Trent got in the bus, and I got under the wheel. Trent was standing in the wheel well. Joey was going to fall in the van. And I put this thing in neutral. Never got it cranked. It took off down the hill. I mean, a steep hill. And I had no brakes, no handbrake, nothing, no power steering. I mean, it was just a bus runaway out of control. So Trent and I looked at one another real quickly. Not a word was exchanged between us. Trent, of course, now my sons are bus tycoons, as a lot of you know. They have a lot of buses and all. But anyway, he was about 18 years old, and we looked at one another and sized it up, and Trent reached over and got the handle and opened the door and said, "Sorry, Dad."
Thank you for being with us today on My Gospel Music. And as I mentioned, check out our website at mygospelmusic.tv. Our number's on there, our email's on there. You can call us or you can write us an email. We'd love to hear from you. And check out our YouTube channel at mygospelmusic.tv on YouTube. You can watch all the shows there. We'll see you the next time right here on My Gospel Music. Bye-bye.
Here's a brand new song Sherry wrote from our latest project. It's called Carry Me a While.
You are the great physician, the keeper of my heart, the master of the wind, creator of the stars, the everlasting Father, the bright and morning star. Surely you can mend the pieces out my broken heart. Carry me, Lord. I can't go on. I've been stumbling through the darkness. I can't make it on my own. Carry me, Lord.
Thanks for watching My Gospel Music. For more information, go to www.mygospelmusic.tv. While you're there, you can send us an email and let us know any thoughts you may have about the show, or give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. The site also contains information about My Gospel Music's guests and where to find their recordings. All that and more is waiting for you at www.mygospelmusic.tv. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back here next week.